Hey, what's going on, guys? Going to take a quick look at a coin called Velo. You may not have heard of it because this is actually, I think it's ranked number 535 or something like that on CoinGecko. But it was a request, and I actually happen to be a holder of this coin. And the reason why I got some, just to hold and just see what happens, well, two reasons. The chart looks rather bullish, but also they have some pretty big players behind this that maybe a lot of other people aren't going to recognize because this is an Asia-based coin, and I lived in Asia for, I don't know, about 15, no, about 17 years. And one of the families behind this coin, they own a company called CP Group in Thailand, and it's one of the biggest corporations in the entire country. And it's kind of interesting. They just recently had an election, and one of the promises from the campaigning parties was basically a handout. They were essentially just trying to bribe the population to get votes. But there was a catch with the handout, with the free money that they were going to give out. It was going to be in the form of a digital currency, but a digital currency that's programmable, right? So I guess they're going to try to get the Thai people to download some sort of application, but there's speculation that they're going to be using Velo for that just because the family behind Velo has close ties to the prime minister. And as I mentioned, they're one of the most influential families in the country. We're talking like they're literally billionaires, USD billionaires, okay? So anyway, with this programmable digital currency that they were pitching to the people, it's obviously a trap. It's ridiculous. And they made it quite obvious just when they discussed the capabilities of this digital currency. They said you're not going to be able to spend it beyond 4 kilometers of your home. So when you think about the future of, digital currencies, CBDCs that are programmable, you hear a lot of talk about 15-minute cities and this and that and how they're going to control the movement of people. Well, if theoretically they got everybody switched over to a CBDC, they could, as demonstrated by how the Thai government is kind of pitching the digital currency handout that they're going to do, limit the range in which you can spend it, right? So keep that in mind in the future. Obviously, if you're in cryptocurrency, you kind of know about the dangerous CBDCs and stuff. But yeah, if they're programmable, they would be able to make it so you can't spend your money beyond a 15-minute radius of your home. Okay, anyway, I won't get too far into that, but let's take a look at the chart. Actually, before I do that, a couple things. First, if you're not subscribed and you want to get notified when I drop new content, just click subscribe, click the bell, and then click on all. If you don't do the last two parts, you probably won't get the notification. Also, if you want to place to trade Velo and all the other coins I talk about on this channel, what you can do, head over here to this exchange. It's called BloFin. I'll put a link in the pinned comment and the description, which will activate a sign-up bonus if you want to join. But in terms of centralized exchanges, you're kind of running out of options if you don't want to submit your personal identification, right? So this is actually one of the only centralized exchanges right now that's not going to require KYC. Or I should say they currently don't require KYC. Who knows what they're going to do in the future. It seems like a lot of the exchanges start up without a KYC requirement and then later on they implement it. So maybe they're going to do it in the future. I'm not sure. But as of right now, I'm pretty sure they're not going to hassle you for it. Non-KYC exchange. And it has a lot of trading pairs and very good liquidity. All right. So if you want to give it a try, if you go through the links in the pinned comment and the description, not only are you going to be helping out the channel and kind of incentivizing me to make videos more frequently, but it's going to activate a deposit bonus for you. All right, so getting back to the chart, there's really not much to this chart. It's essentially just getting wrecked the entire time, where the price went from $1.73 all the way down here to under 1 cent. You wouldn't want to be buying it up here. And this is just another reminder, guys. All coins are not for holding except for just a few exceptions, right? Most of them are just pump and dump. So keep that in mind for the next alt season. If it does come, make sure you're taking profits and moving them into more stable assets, whether that be digital assets like Bitcoin. But it's probably best, obviously, to diversify a large portion of your profits if you're able to pull out on time into assets that you're actually going to use and enjoy instead of just invisible tokens on a ledger, right? So gold, real estate, that sort of thing. But yeah, getting back to the chart, you'll see that we have shifted in the direction of the trend. So after we put in this low, we just put in a higher low here. And then, if we head back up where we are just a little bit further down, then that's going to be another higher low. Same thing with the high. So we put in a high here and now we put in a higher high just recently. So the trend here has obviously changed. And if you want to trade this, I recommend you draw a few levels on the chart, okay? So the first one's going to be right down here. Just take a trend line, draw it from the low of this wick, drag it up. So you see we have 1, 2, 3 touches on it so far. So this is a valid trend line. And you just know if the price comes back down here, it's a pretty good setup for a low risk, pretty good reward trade, a good R&R trade, because you could just place your stop loss below the line. And if you're wrong, you're not going to lose too much. Okay, next level, I definitely recommend you drawing your chart is just take a horizontal trend line and paste it right at the low of this wick here. You see that was support right here. The price broke below it, and when it came back up, that was the rejection point. And we recently broke above it, and we were trying to hold it, but Bitcoin crashed, took the whole market down with it. And yeah, unfortunately, we broke back through what was looking like it was going to be a pretty decent resistance to support flip. So that's unfortunate, but yeah, let's get to the next level. Where we got resistance right here, it was confluent with the previous price action. So you see right here, it was support. When we broke below it, it was resistance. And it seems a lot of traders were looking at this level once again, so it was resistance again. So mark that in your chart as well. The next level beyond this, if we're able to crack it next time, is going to be right here at the low of these candle bodies. So definitely mark that in your chart as well. And this level actually has dual significance. So if I take a Fibonacci retracement and I initiate it from this swing high right here and drag it down and across, you'll notice a couple things. The first being this initial Fibonacci resistance zone, the 3A2. That's another reason why we had such selling pressure right here. Not only did we have alignment with the price, but this being a Fibonacci retracement, a lot of sellers stepped in, sold it off. Okay, and what you'll notice with the next Fibonacci up, the 50%, it essentially aligns perfectly with the level I just showed you, all right? So definitely mark this on your chart. And again, that's going to be, just take a horizontal trend line array and just paste it right at the low of these candle bodies, because that's a region where we had a lot of support here and resistance, but it also aligns perfectly with the 50% Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that for now. And the question is, now that we've identified that we are trending bullish here, my directional bias would be to long this because we're not really near a resistance level. The local resistance is all the way up here and here, so I'm not looking to short. And if I was looking to long, you could make the argument that we're currently at a support level as we came down right around this previous level of resistance. But one thing I would like to do, just to get some extra confirmation, I'll take a Fibonacci retracement, run it from the initiation of this move at this wick right here, drag it up to the high. And you'll notice that we are currently at the 50% Fibonacci retracement. So I'll switch the time frame from the weekly down to the daily so we can see how the price is responding off of this level. So right here, I believe is the 3A2. This level was obviously a region that traders were looking at because it held a support all throughout here. And when we broke back down to it, look where we got supported. We got supported right here at the 50. Which actually also aligns with the high of these candle bodies right here. So that is interesting to note. We have dual confluence with both the previous price action and the Fibonacci retracement. When I'm looking at this and trying to gauge whether or not this would be a good entry point, oftentimes what I'll do is I'll look to my my oscillator and see if I notice any bullish divergence. So you see right here we have a low, and right here we have a lower low in relation to this. So just to mark out what I'm trying to show you there, just like that. Now, if I look to my my oscillator, see it showing a bullish divergence right here on the daily time frame. So we have a low, and then right here we have a higher low compared to this. So things are kind of lining up where we currently are, but trading is all a game of probabilities, right? So if I take this back out to the weekly time frame, and I had to just guess what are the chances of getting a bounce where we are right now, given the bullish divergence, considering the fact that we're sitting on the 50% retracement level, considering the fact that we do have a little bit of confluence here with the previous price history, I would say that maybe the chance that we get a bounce off this level and we head back up, maybe 60 to 70%. But if I were to look at this level down here, where the 618 is, the golden pocket, this level here, say we kind of bounce around a bit and then drop down here. If that happened, and then we had the confluence from not only the 618 retracement level, but also this long-term upsloping support trend line, this to me would be more of like an 80 or 90% chance of a bounce, right? So I'm going to be a lot more confident entering here than I would up here. And the size of my position would reflect that. Okay, so if this was a coin that you were considering entering, the question you really need to ask yourself is, do you think Bitcoin is going to go lower, or do you think the local bottom's in on Bitcoin and we're going to head higher? Because what Bitcoin does, the market right now seems to be following, right? So if Bitcoin dumps, this is pretty much going to dump down to here. If Bitcoin goes up, this is going to go up. So you can use that as the deciding factor for whether you want to enter this or not. But yeah, those are the important technical levels on this coin. And I know I talked briefly about the people behind it and the influence they have in the Southeast Asian market, but I don't know too many details about what exactly this is. I know it's something to do with a financial platform. If this is a coin you follow and you want to share something with us, just write why you're bullish on this coin fundamentally in the comments and let us know. But yeah, this is definitely one I personally want to look more into regarding the fundamentals, because it could be a sleeper, you know, considering it's ranked on the 5th page of CoinGecko, not many people talking about it. Billionaire backers. It's an interesting potential play. All right, guys, that about wraps it up. If you found it helpful, smash the like button. If you want to get notified when I drop new content, make sure you're subscribed. And if you want a place to trade this and all the other coins I talk about on this channel and you don't want to do KYC, check out this exchange. And if you don't mind doing KYC and you want some sign-up bonuses on some other exchanges, I'll link a few other options in the pinned comment and description as well. All right, guys, take care. Have a good day. Bye.